in all 3 of our pages too. So we should be live.
Yeah.
I did that for YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And 12:15. That's okay though. And I'm gonna go to
Oh, we are live now. Let me see if I can share this at a couple places.
I'm gonna share
live
from
video for today.
All right, notification came through. All right. Monday Night Madness. Yes, it's day after Mother's Day, and tomorrow is the new moon in Taurus, which hey Liana. So Liana, this new moon is transiting through your first house because you are a Taurus rising. New moons are good for some things that are new, and we're just gonna take a few minutes and I'm trying to think. While we share out, I don't think I have anything cool to. Let's see here to share. Let's see here.
We are sharing out, so you guys could. Oh, hi, Liana. You guys could share out too. That would be swell.
Hi, everyone.
Let's see here. Let's see here.
Hey, Mel. That's what I got ya.
Oh, that's awesome. I love opal. Opals are my all-time. They're my favorite. All right, I'm gonna play something funny for you guys. This is Oh, let's see here. Oh, this is gonna be.
I love that. Did Sarah freeze again? He's so cute.
No,
that's Andrea. That's Andrea.
When I click off here for a minute.
Thank you, Sarah.
Oh my God, that's funny.
It is. I love it.
How do I take it down?
Did any of you guys share in the beginning or anything?
Hi, Matt. Hi,
okay,
Liana.
let's go ahead and remove from stream. There we go. I don't know if you guys could hear that. That was Andrew. She made that for me a couple years ago.
That was
the
cute.
Old bats in the bell tower. Hey, Annette. Hey, Matt. Here, I'm gonna play. Let's see. I was gonna play something so we can share out here. What's a good one? Here's a funny one.
Of course, you need some daddy longbrow. You can't handle a daddy longbrow.
Well, that's a little scary. Did you guys share in Jules' group?
I have not shared yet. I'm working on it now.
Okay, I'll share in Jules and Rosa's.
Okay, Matt, if you're listening, could you share to mine, please? Purple Nymph, you've already got post approval. Thank you.
And this one's fun.
Good morning, Melanie. Good morning.
This one's fun.
Good morning, Melanie.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
So how's everybody doing tonight?
Hold on, one more time. I love
it.
I took a good picture of the lightning earlier.
Oh, cool.
It's pretty cool. I like when it rains because we need the rain, but I don't like when it rains because then it's rainy and I can't work.
So just a little bit, not much.
If it could only rain at nighttime when I'm not working, that would be swell.
That would be great. The perfect weather. Yes.
Well, that's what I did today. It didn't start raining until like 9 o'clock. So I'm like, yes, I'm already home and got my groceries in the house and I'm done working outside. Because a lot of my work is outside.
Yeah, I know.
I have to carry stuff from inside large houses into my box truck, and it's not fun, especially when it rains, because then you got to walk out in the water and then the box truck gets all humid inside of it. I don't know if any of you guys have ever worked inside of a box truck, but it's pretty hot and humid in there.
Yep. We had a canopy trailer which is sort of like a box trailer, but you could walk into it and walk out of it. But you're right, it absolutely stinking hot because it was made of steel.
Yeah, that's what the box truck is pretty much made out of. It's got like a fiberglass top, but the sides are steel, so it's still quite warm.
Yeah. Do you know in Australia, when you were a child and you were about 4 years old, if you went to the park to go and play, you would come home with your ass burnt because they used to put the steel
Metal slides.
slippery
They do the
discs.
same thing here. They do the same thing here.
That's right. And when you got 40-degree days every day in summer, it's fucking fun. Yay!
Well, you have to convert that because 40 degrees in the United States is pretty cold.
No, so it would be for you, it'd be hitting about 100 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, that's about what it gets here in Texas. Sometimes hotter. Like in the middle of the summer, it's like 100, 105, 110.
Yeah. Our biggest one we had, Sarah, was 2 years ago. And we actually, in Celsius, it's the first time we've ever recorded something so hot. It was a little town in the outback, right? And it's like the Pilgrim, it was called, and it got to 54.6. That was to the point where the tar was melting on the road.
Yeah, we get that here sometimes because it's really hot. Do you guys have a dry heat, or is it kind of like humid?
See ya. No, you're all right. All done. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Sorry, I just had the roofer here, guys. I apologize. Yeah, it just depends, darling, because ours is pretty dry. But then if you get one of those big storms that come around from the side, because I live on the coast, the humidity is unreal. It's like a monsoon.
Yeah, it's pretty dry here too, unless it rains. When it rains, it gets real humid because the ground here is like real. It's not real porous, so the water just like sits on it. It takes forever to absorb in it.
Yeah. That was the year that we had that heat. It was the first time we'd done it. We did an experiment. And so what we did was we cracked an egg on a black tar road, right? And it only took the egg about 45 minutes to cook. Not even that. I think it was about 40.
Here's what we do in the summertime. We bake cookies on our car windows. Yep. It takes about 25 minutes to bake chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah. Unreal. Unreal. Can I try one? My Michael turned around and said, well, can I try one?
Matt says it's really humid in Virginia. Yeah, I lived in Virginia for a while. I lived right along I don't know if you know of it, but it's Buckrow Beach over in Hampton, Virginia. We used to go up to, well, it's Virginia Beach, but when you live in Virginia, nobody calls it Virginia Beach. All the signs say VA Beach, VA, for the abbreviation for Virginia, so everybody calls it VA Beach.
But hang on, is that when you said Hamptons? Over here, Hamptons is a style. It's an actual style of house over here. A Hamptons.
Well, this is actually the city of Hampton without an S.
Oh wow! Wow!
It is an I don't know if you've ever seen that super long bridge that you have to go underneath the James River. It's the James River Bridge, and you go underneath it, and it's the town right before you go underneath that giant bridge that connects Hampton, Virginia, and Newport News and Norfolk together.
Wow, that's unreal.
Yeah, you drive for like a mile or more. I think it's almost 2 miles underneath. I'd have to look it up to be exact, but almost 2 miles underneath the water. I was always scared I would get I would get trapped underneath the water and wouldn't be able to come up.
Fair enough. How long does it take you to travel from one side of the United States to the other?
Oh, from one side of the United States to the other, I would have to take like 5 or 6 days. I drove from Virginia to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and it took me 3.5 days. I mean, we stopped at night, but it took 3.5 days of 2 people driving to get there, and that wasn't even half of. That was just about half of the United States.
Wow. Okay. Well, it takes if I was going to drive from here and I wanted to go over to Western Australia, it would take me 4 days without stopping across the Nullarbor. So when you go across the Nullarbor, there's nothing. It is purely flat, and that is where most of our truckers meet the black dog. So what happens is now that when you cross the Nullarbor, they give you certain beepers. So they'll beep to make sure you're awake now because we've had too many accidents across the Nullarbor, but it takes us about 4 days. But what I found funny was that from Sydney, you can go to New Zealand for $350 on an air flight. But to go from Sydney to the other side of Western Australia, the other side of Australia, it cost me in excess of $700. So it's cheaper for me to actually go out of state to New Zealand than to go to my own state.
Well, it takes a long time to drive across Texas. I mean, I'm like in the center of Texas, and if I drive up to Houston, it takes like 7 hours, and that's not even half the state.
Yeah, there you go.
Texas is very big.
I like Texas. And the only reason I like Texas, everybody, is because of Elvis. Because the yellow rose of Texas is the only girl I love. Her eyes are even bluer than the blue as Texas skies above. There you go. I know.
My grandmother loved Elvis. Well, she still does. She's still alive, but she's.
My mother cannot stand him. My mom doesn't like Elvis because of what he said.
My grandmother watched him all the time. She used to watch Elvis movies, so that's what I grew up watching.
His last
Elvis.
concert was in my hometown. His very last performance was in the town where I was born and raised. Yep, that was the last place. That's probably what killed him. Truly.
Wow.
Let's see.
Is it just me? There's two. Yeah, there's two Mels.
Yes, there's two Melanies. My husband and I drove nonstop, only for gas and potty, and it took us 26 hours to drive from New York City to Omaha,
Nebraska. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I love New Orleans. I remember
itching my back. We have horrible mosquitoes here, and they bit me all up today.
I remember going to New Orleans. I remember as I was 12 years old, and I remember going down Bourbon Street, and I just remember the smells and the music. And that is why I love bluegrass so much, is because of my experience at New Orleans. Yeah. I wasn't allowed to do the adult stuff, but boy, did I enjoy what was going on the side of the street.
Yeah, New Orleans can get a little bit crazy. I have a friend that wants me to go to New Orleans with him. I really want to go, but we just don't have time with our business and everything.
What?
I just want someone to go to Salem. I just want someone to go to Salem, and I want someone to get me a nice little key ring from Salem. That's all I want. It's not much. Or a spoon.
New Orleans is on your bucket list. It's on mine too. I have not been to New Orleans, even though it's only a few hours from me. I really want to go, but hopefully, yeah, the stars will align and let me go at some point.
I actually haven't been on Ayers Rock, and I wish I had, but you're not allowed to walk on it anymore. But I tell you what, if you ever get to the Northern Territory in Australia and you get to go and see the rock, go and see it, because even just standing next to it has the energy I cannot explain to you. It literally takes you to a different place. It really is gorgeous.
Yeah, I love things like that.
Yeah, I've got to come in August, Yana's saying, so I can go to the Bluegrass Festival for my birthday.
Sounds fun. They have blues here at one of the local museums in the summertime. Yeah. They have blue.
I've never been. My mom's been in New Orleans, but my mom's she's originally from Louisiana, so that was.
Oh, is Louisiana where all the alligators are? Is that place, Louisiana, with all the marches and the bogs?
Florida's got alligators too, don't they?
Yeah, they do. I've been to Florida. I've actually seen alligators like laying across the road, and I'm just like, it's just like you know how you like drive down the city roads and you see like, I don't know, like little chipmunks or squirrels and or deer, and they just like walk across the road. That's how it is in some places in Florida with the alligators. There's like alligator crossings, and when there's alligator crossings, there's actual alligators there.
Yeah, wow. Well, most people think here in Australia that we ride on the back of kangaroos and that koalas live in our backyard, but they don't. We don't ride them.
And
we don't ride kangaroos.
Mean.
They think we live in teepees here in South Dakota.
Oh, you guys want to hear a funny story? My mom told me this story when I was young. She lived in Florida for a while before I was born, and she had an outside washroom. So she had to do all of her laundry outside. So she's sitting there doing her laundry, and she sees all of these little she thought they were like little inchworms or something. They were about this big and they were like green in color. And she's like, she calls my dad and she goes, hey babe, what are these? What are these? And my dad goes, those are baby rattlesnakes. She thought they were worms.
Oh, I just want to say hello to Sarah Lucia. I cannot pronounce the last name. That's a new name that we haven't seen before. So hello to you,
Sarah.
Sarah with double A's.
That's different. I like the double A's.
Yeah, so do I. I like Sarah's. I do not very well Sarah's. I love Sarah's with or without H's too.
I'm partial without the H just because, you know.
Yeah,
my name.
I like it either way. I like it either way.
Penny says wombats kill cars.
Yes, true. It killed my car. We had a huge wombat. We called him Nosy because his nose was really furry. And I was driving in Penrith, and we're driving like this, and he's come out of the burrow and hit the side of my, it was a Mazda. It was a really low to the ground white one. And oh my God, that thing just took off like nothing. And the side of my car, it cost me $3,000 to get the panel fixed. It was unreal.
Gosh.
Yeah, I just wanted to skin that wombat. Give me your skin. But no, I didn't. I was nice. I let him go.
Well, here we have wild hogs and deer. Those are the main things that kill cars on my road. And some of the wild pigs are like 500 pounds. Pretty substantial. We are going to do readings for donations tonight, guys, and we are going to talk about some upcoming series and shows that we are going to do. I am going to use the deck that Melanie got in the mail today. Let me grab the thing. Oracle of Shadow and Light. I don't know what deck everybody else is going to use, but this is one of my favorite decks because I really like the illustrator of this particular deck is Jasmine Beckett Griff, and every deck that she has illustrated, I absolutely adore.
Yeah, JBG, I love her.
Yes, I love her too. And then I got a new deck for Mother's Day. Talk about a great Mother's Day gift. This is what my husband got me for Mother's Day.
Oh, I like that one. Who's that by?
This one is by Ian Daniels. It's just the Tarot of Vampires, but I didn't even I literally am opening the plastic wrap on the package right now because I haven't even done that. They're all still in order. So I don't know if I'm going to read with that one today, but the cards are kind of cool. Look, I'll show you a couple of them.
Yes, please.
Dark. It's a little dark, but they're pretty. Let me try this one. Oh, this one's pretty.
They almost look smoky. They've got this smoky about them. I like them.
Yeah, they do. And it's like, I really like them. It was on my list that I wanted to get.
They suit you too. They so suit you.
I'm always drawn to like the decks that are slightly darker. I've always been. I mean, I can read with any deck, but
I think that's wonderful.
I always like the decks. I can read with playing cards too. I really like doing that. My daughter got a bunch
especially when I'm trying to show off. I do.
I try not to show off, but I do like. I have a couple just regular playing card decks that I really like reading with.
I have a playing card deck right here with me, but it's missing one card. I don't know where the hell that one card went to.
What did Matt say? Something? I see Feral, so he must have said something else.
Raccoons can take a car out too. Yeah, they can.
Oh, feral hogs.
So can a baby deer.
Yeah, these ones are called something specific, but I just forget what the name is. I just call them wild hogs. Tammy says her daughter got her a bunch of herbs for Mother's Day. Ooh, that's nice. I love herbs.
Perfect.
Matt recently got some herbs. I'm wondering if you tried some mugwort tea. But we are going to do some readings here in a little bit. If anybody would like one,
Yeah.
we're going to do them just for donations if you feel so inclined. And if not, then just leave us positive feedback on our pages, which should be linked in the description. If they're
I'm
not,
just
it's the
picking
same
up my
place you're
son,
watching
so I
from.
won't be too long.
Okay. We're just chit-chatting and not really doing anything tonight. We didn't plan on doing a live. I think we're going to go live tomorrow night. Maybe we'll be a little bit more planned. But today we just wanted to hang out and have a little bit of fun. And tomorrow,
Oh, yeah, we did want to bring up a couple of things.
yes, tomorrow's the first night of the new moon, which means it'll be the dark moon, which lasts for 3 days. So it'll be like the absence of a moon before the new moon starts, and then it will be in a waxing state. And Melanie can tell us a little bit about the dark moon as it pertains to astrology, and then I can tell you a little bit about what types of magical workings you might want to do.
But first, I'd like Rebecca. Do you want to go ahead and announce out with the revolution that we're doing, and I'll let her do that first, and then we'll get into the moon. Yes.
Yes. Right. Okay. So on Sexual Revolution, we're going to be doing part 5, which is for June. We're going to be doing podcasts and all that sort of thing. And we're talking about, I've done a poll in some of the chats, and I want to talk about sexual relationships between men and women and non-gender specific. Let's make sure we get them in there.
Yes.
But I wanted to talk about medical. I've also put in a few things about what other people would like to talk about. But I think that if we get on board and we try and get the sexual revolution and change the idea that sex is demonic. So I really want to change the perception on sexual energy, that sort of thing. So I would like all of you to please inbox me with any questions that you would like answered regards to this, or if there's anything else that you would like to talk about, in that regards, because we're going to do a big, we're going to do a big thing in June about this, because I think it's about time we start making healthy sexual relationships for everybody, including men.
Yes, and this is the chapter 5, and so the first couple chapters are on YouTube, but this one we are formulating a little bit different. This has been a very special thing, because because love is a high vibration, music is a high vibration, and sex is also a high vibration. But again, all three of those things, love, sex, and music, if they're done improperly, or if they're not done correctly, they can be low vibration. If they're done correctly, or if they're vibrating at that level they're supposed to, they can actually be all three of them can also be very, very healing as well. But yes, I want to re-educate the masses on the sexuality and the erotica of it, because I think there's a way to evolve that as well. And Rebecca and I'm so happy and excited to have Rebecca helping with that and for running on that with me. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm one of these people. I'm one of these people, just so everybody knows out there, I'm one of these people that can talk about everything. I don't care if it's to do with a pimple on your dick. I don't care whether it's a pimple in between your anus and your vagina. We can talk about these things. I have no bars hold, and it's not to be embarrassing anybody. It's not to embarrass myself. It's purely that we need to get this out on the table, and it needs to be talked about, because there are generations that are missing out, and they're watching pornographic film thinking that that is healthy sexual relationships, and it's not. And we need to make this not a stigma anymore. It needs to be something that can be discussed openly without any judgment and any embarrassment.
And there's so many different branches and avenues that it goes into, that goes just beyond.
I am also one of those people.
Pleasure.
I'm also one of those people. I can talk about anything.
Yeah, good. That's right, but that's why we're doing this. I mean, to be honest, the three of us, we are trying to help other people, and by us being a trinity, it gives you more of an idea, because we're all different and we all have different ideas, but we are so comfortable with each other that we can accept all these ideas because they are valid. Yeah. Remember, everything is the truth. Everything.
Oh no,
it doesn't matter whether it's. It doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. It's all the truth, and we need to talk about these things. Okay. So yes, get on board. Come on, sexual revolution. Let's do it. All right.
Yes. And there is a separate page for it. It's the erotic revolution for the it's and I've been trying to change the name to the correct name of it, and Facebook is just being a butt wipe and won't let me do it. But it is the sexual revolution of the self and the soul. And there's a page for that, and you know, and so we'll do broadcast and stuff from that page because it's because I have the page set up. It's only for people 18 above, so I don't have to worry about children, you know, come across stuff like that. And it kind of, you know, because there definitely needs to be, you know, some type of censorship, you know, with children. And what else was that? And we're also going to be doing another segment to podcasting segment. It has to deal with men and spirituality, which, you know, we're going to be pulling Matt in on that one, and that's going to be a real serious one. Absolutely. You know, so those are the upcoming things that, you know, for June, end of May, beginning of June.
Yep, that's what we're planning. Yep, that's what we're planning, and we need input from all of you because it helps us to make sure that we hit the topics or the targets that most people would like to talk about. Like I said, if you want to remain anonymous, just inbox any of us. We won't put names to stuff because I know some people still are in that prudish moment where they can't do it, and that's fine. I'm happy with that.
Yes.
You know, and you know, and sexual trauma, definitely, I love that was in the poll, sexual trauma, as well as other things, you know, BDSM, as well as how sexual vibration can be healing, how it can be damaging, and also to the health benefits from it, and even things that are related to health and medical and the psyche. I mean, like I said, there's so many different just categories that it just branches out to. It's such a broad, it has such a broad spectrum, you know. So we're gonna just tackling it, you know, bit by bit, you know, and then of course, you know, we'll get into some dirty stuff, but it's gonna be, you know, spoken on a very how to put it, it won't be raw and raunchy like the first season. I'll put it that way, because the first season was pretty raw and raunchy and uncut and unfiltered, and you had to wear a condom and take birth control and your boots for that one. But you know, we're gonna keep it a little bit more, you know,
cleaner,
health-conscious, and
of course, you don't have to throw some diggins in there, of course, you know.
We're gonna keep it tasteful.
Yeah,
it's gonna be it's gonna be as tasteful as it can get with, you know, all the little dirty words you're talking about it.
Proper sexual relationships can help overall health. It is a known fact that orgasms reduce pain, including migraines.
They also clear out the arteries and stuff like that, and good for the blood vessels as well, especially for men.
They do.
But that's what I also want to talk about. That's why I want to talk about the medical guys, because if there's something going on, your pheromones might not be working because your pH balance is not right in your system, or, you know, so I really want to get into the medical side, because there is a lot of people out there who have medical conditions that have sexual relationships other way than having sex.
Yes, there's so many different ways to have sex that does not involve penetration.
Exactly.
And we should probably also discuss some of like the sexual dysfunctions.
Yes, and as well as herbs and foods and stuff like that can help with the testosterone and the estrogen and the, you know, sexual chemistry within our bodies.
Yeah.
Yes, oysters and what is it? Strawberries and chocolate and coconut.
Believe it or not, bananas. Bananas.
I did not know that.
Which are high in potassium.
Bananas and pineapple. Believe it or not, make really sweet juju, mojo.
Yeah, pineapple is a really good thing to drink anyways, because it makes other things taste better.
I would not know about pineapple. I am highly allergic to it.
Oh, that's totally.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, you know what? We might have to pull Liana in on this one because she talks about the herbs. That's right.
Yes.
And Liana, you know, you know, she's. Yes, we're gonna hijack Liana too for this one.
Yes, that is correct. All right, so the month of June, peoples, that's what we want to do, and that's what we're going to do in the month of June. So if you've got any ideas, tips, or hints, inbox us, please.
Yeah, we'll have to hijack Liana and Sarah for it because they can talk about the herbs and stuff on it.
That's right.
You know, there are two herbalists.
Ashwagandha. Yep. Ashwagandha is a very good herb.
And maca powder. What they used to do in the ancient times, when the men used to come back from the war, the women would give them maca powder. And the wrong thing was they give them maca powder, and then all of a sudden they were horny as anything. Now that I got that from my local eco shop. So maca powder, maca powder. Seriously, it's libido activating stuff.
They'd been at war and everything for quite some time, so they were probably already a little bit horny.
Now, did you know that there was a flower that during the Greece times, when they were just because they were just really open and just crazy with sex and stuff. But there was a plant that the women could eat that they ate naturally for birth control. They literally ate it out of existence. That's how much screwing they were doing. Ate it
Yeah,
out of
that's right.
existence.
And in Egyptian times, to know when people were pregnant, I put this up. They used to wee on rye because rye would open the HC, whatever it is in the pregnancy, would make the rye grow. It's so clever.
Yeah, they did a lot of
Trying
clever
to Chinese
things
deer
back then.
penis.
Powdered Chinese. I ordered hibiscus tea and bay leaves yesterday. Oh, I love hibiscus tea. It's so pretty.
Yum, yum, yum.
That's good.
If you're into dyeing things like different colors and using herbs to do it, hibiscus, if you put something white in it, makes this gorgeous color pink. It'll stain whatever you put in it, like a gorgeous pink.
What about rose hip water? I don't know too much, but rose hip water has been used for a lot of things.
Yep, I've been using rose hip water on my face. It's awesome stuff. Awesome. I highly recommend it.
Actually, rose water is really good for the face, but people,
both of them are.
A lot of people, what they do when they make rose water is they just put the rose leaves in actual water and just boil them, and they think that's rose water. That's not actually rose water. I mean, it is water infused with rose, but to get actual rose water, what you do is you put a little bit of water in the bottom of your pan, and then you take a bowl that's not a heat tolerant bowl, usually like ceramic, or if you have a metal one, I suppose you could use metal, and then you put your rose petals into the bowl that is in the pan that has a little bit of water in it, but you don't want it to have a lot of water in it because you don't want the water to get higher than the bowl that you put in with your rose petals. Then you put you bring it to a simmer and you put a lid on top of that. And the water that collects up on top of the lid, that's your rose water. So you let it simmer for 10, 15 minutes, and then you flip the lid upside down, and then you put all of the water that collected on the lid into a jar, and that is your rose water.
Nice. I like it.
It has a lot of uses.
Yeah.
It's very cosmetic, so you can use it to wash your face. It's very you can use it for love spells or lust spells, but if you're using it for actual a type of spell work, you want to correlate the color of rose petals that you want to correlate with what type of spell you're doing. For example, if you're doing a friendship spell, you'd want to use like a yellow. If you're doing something more ceremonial, you might want to use white. If you're doing something for love and lust, you definitely want to use red.
Nettle root.
Nettle work well, plus help with the hair. Nettles are very good. I just don't really like collecting them. We have an herb here too that I'm not overly fond of collecting, but I use it a lot. We have wild poppies, and they have a lot of medicinal uses, but they have little thorns on them, so I'm not overly fond of them. And then we have thistle as well, which thistle has beautiful pink flowers, and it's really, really good for anything with the liver. So if you know anybody that has liver issues, drinking milk thistle tea promotes liver health and overall health in the circulatory system.
Good to know.
Liana is waiting for hers to grow. I don't know how many people we have here, so if you're here, say hello.
We have 5 right now and a 1 thumbs up. That's what I do on the
We don't have
broadcast.
very many people tonight. I know. Maybe we'll have more tomorrow. We had a lot there for a little while. A couple weeks we did it.
And all right, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to the new moon. Now this is the transit. This is going to be, and this is on Planet Watcher, and And if you notice, it shows there, like if you look over the sign of Taurus, see that stellium we got going on Taurus, and the new moon is going to be happening at 20. It's supposed to be 21. Did I grab around 20? Make sure I got the right one. It should. Oh no, we want that one.
Hi, Tammy.
Oh no,
Tammy
I
says she's supposed to be quiet.
oh, let's see if we can do it. That's not the one that I did, but I'll have to grab different. But anyways, that moon the new moon is supposed to be at 21 degrees, and the new moon happens when the sun and the moon are both at the same degree. But of course, the new moon and full moon affects, because the moon stays in a sign up 2.5 days, because the moon moves a degree every 2 hours, and so where in the heck let's see here. So tomorrow about, let's see here, 19, 20, 21. So around 1:50 p.m. Central Time, which will be 2:15 or 2:50 Eastern, and then 12:50 p.m. Mountain Time is when the exact degrees for the new moon. And let me see if I can get the right one here. And let's see here. And then Uranus is at 11 degrees. So it goes Uranus, the moon, the sun, and Mercury. Oh, no, that's Venus. And Mercury. No. It's Venus are all in Taurus. And then it goes into the North Node and then as well, and then into Mercury. So that's what we would call, that's a nice little stellium that we got going on there. And nothing opposing it, which is kind of nice. And just a lot of Taurian energy, a lot of Earth energy going on. And so new moons are always good for starting something new, of course. Oh, okay, this is also confusing. Okay, so anytime we have a full moon, that means the moon is in the opposite sign of the sun. When we have a new moon, that means the moon is in the same sign as the sun. So right now the sun is in Taurus, where the sun's transiting through the constellation of Taurus. Just think of it that way. So the new moon, so anytime we have a new moon, it's the same sign as the sun. Full moons are the opposite sign. So whenever we have a full moon in Taurus, that means the sun is in Scorpio. Or if you have a full moon in Aries, that means the sun is in Libra. The oppositions, like Aries across from Libra, Taurus across from Scorpio, Gemini across from Sag, Cancer across from Capricorn, Leo across from Aquarius, Virgo across from Pisces, Libra across from Aries, Scorpio across from Taurus, Sag across from Gemini, Capricorn across from Cancer, and Aquarius across from Leo. Just 6 signs sliced in half. So new moon, same sign. Full moon, opposite sign. So it'll be happening at 21 degrees. And 21 is actually a number ruled by Jupiter, which it has a way of 21 has a way of maximizing things out, expanding it more, because that's what Jupiter does. And Jupiter rules a number 3, and 21 breaks down to a 3. So it's like so it's kind of like a beefed up 3, beefed up 3. So yeah, so this is going to be like a big, so it's a mega energy. It's going to be involved in this because it's also 11 degrees away from Uranus. So this new moon is in that stellium there with Uranus and Venus, and then it stelliums into the North Node and all that. So it's going to be a major new moon. I think
Now,
no,
Beck is picking up her kids from school. So she's probably putting them in the car. She probably muted herself so she can
she's
do
right
that.
there.
Where's
No,
she
you
at?
didn't see her waiting. She's right there.
She's probably picking up her kids from school, though.
Yeah. Thanks, Tammy, for
I don't think she fell out.
said something else. She wouldn't be sitting there waiting to come, waiting in the back room. So, and hello, Michelle. So, any of you guys that have Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising, this new moon's going to affect you. Like I said, Leon, this new moon is going to be in your first house. It's going to be basically, it's transiting to your first house. Oh, who else do we have? Who else has Taurus energy in here? I don't think we have a whole lot of Taurus energy in here.
Not today.
Or if you're a Scorpio, and if you're a Scorpio, the new moon is going to be opposing your sun. So, Leon, not only is this new moon going over your first house Taurus, but it's also opposing your Scorpio sun.
And if you guys are interested in doing any type of spells or rituals on the new moon, anything that you want brought to you is very good at this time. because as the moon grows and as it comes back into being full, as it grows after the first cycle after the new moon, it is the waxing moon, so it starts to get bigger after this. So if you want something to come into your life, something good, maybe you need financial help, maybe you need a new new lover, anything new, and anything you want brought to you or made better. So if you need more love in your life, more friendships in your life, more financial means in your life, this would be the time to do any type of spell that would manifest anything coming into you.
Now for like herbs, it's saying like violet or rose, and since it's saying cedar, symbols would be the bull, Venus, throat, neck, and ears. Also, too, Venus rules Libra and Taurus, and so Taurus's birthstone is the emerald, or if they're born in April, it would be the diamond, of course. But the colors for this is going to be green and gold, and crystals are going to be the rose quartz, the sapphire, the emerald, jade, turquoise, and copper. And this is supposed to be the new moon of expect the unexpected. That's gonna be fun, right? It's got Uranus in the mixture. That's why it's expect the unexpected.
Because we all know I don't like to know what's going on. I like everything spelled out to me and know exactly what's gonna happen. I don't want the unexpected.
And so this is gonna be squaring the Saturn and Uranus. It's gonna be squaring the Venus and Gemini. It's gonna trine. It's trining Mars. Really? Venus is going to be trining Mars in Aquarius.
Matt says he needs a lot of
no,
stuff.
no, that can't be right. That cannot be right. No, it can't be. That's not right with the opposition of the squares. Let me go back and look here. No, because it should be in a. Oh, that should be a sextile. So it should be sextiling of Mars and Cancer. That's right. I forgot Mars is in Cancer. Jesus Christ! But Uranus. It's Uranus. It's Tammy's anus. It's anybody whose life path number is 4. It's your anus. Oh, let's see here, and let's see what else is there. I think this is gonna be. I think this will be a nice grounding because the moon is actually the most stable in the sign of Taurus. It is. It's not overly emotional, not overly this. It's actually it's like its favorite placement to be. So she's like, oh great, that's me. I know it's Tammy too. Tammy's the life path 4. Because there she is. All right. Okay, I think I'm done dilly-dallying around on the computer there.
You're done dilly-dallying around? Oh, hi, Rosemary.
So.
Nice to see you.
Hey, there's Rosemary.
The crap.
Yes, we're talking about that new moon in Taurus, expect the unexpected.
Oh, yeah. Very nice. So I'm in the car, guys. So I brought my cards just in case because there was a couple of errands I had to run. The husband's come home. He doesn't drive, so I've got to drive him around like a little chauffeur. Aren't I wonderful? Yes, pay me more. I understand.
Oh, I'm sure my husband feels your pain because I can't drive, so he has to chauffeur me around everywhere.
You have an excuse.
Yeah, I can't see. I'm blinder than a bat. So I have a question for you guys. I want to show you guys something that I made. See if you guys like it. I made 2 different things. Let's see. It's a necklace.
Yeah. Yes, doodling the computer. And I figured, we can pull cards,
Oh, that's pretty.
What do you think, Mel? I just don't know if it looks right when it's on you. See? Kind of looks like that.
That's pretty.
Put another chain on it. Put another chain on it. Put a little link, a little circle link.
Maybe.
And then put that onto the thing.
And then I made this one too.
I will be right back.
Okay, baby. Well,
I swear to God, just quick second.
It's just not
okay,
second. See? And that one looks like that. I'm thinking I might put a little chain on them, but I didn't yet.
Yeah, you wouldn't need much. You'd only need 2 links, Sarah.
I have the stuff. These are I just decided to do that just 10 minutes ago because I have
I like that shape. I like the shape of them.
they're all heart. I have like maybe 40 or 50 of them. So if anybody needs any moss agate hearts, I do sell them.
Cool. Thank you.
And they all have little holes and stuff on them. They come in. I put them in little packages like this, so that's what you'd get them in.
Cool.
But they're very pretty.
Hey, Tammy.
Let's see who's here. Dilly dallying around. As long as
I'm
it's
back.
good, I'm okay with the unexpected. Cool, Sarah. Thanks, Anna. Mel, you have beautiful energy tonight. I think your energy is always beautiful. I like Mel's energy. Sometimes a bit chaotic, but I like chaos.
Yeah, you do.
Oh my god, sometimes my own chaotic energy drives me absolutely batshit crazy.
Oh, I just go with the flows most of the time. My husband's
But
like, I don't know how you can do it. Because I'm always busy. He's like, I don't know how you can keep track of like 5 or 6 things at a time. I'm like, eh. Just stop to say, hi, beautifuls. Maybe time to work tomorrow night. Oh, we're going to be on tomorrow night. I don't know if you're going to be. Mel, chaotic, never. Yeah. Yeah, Mel's never chaotic.
You know, I don't mind being grounded sometimes, but it has to be like the right kind of like. It's not so much grounded; it's like centering, getting centered, and a lot of times, like if I meditate, that will change up my energy too. Like, just kind of makes it more smooth. But I've been that's been a thing, meditating, and taking those moments that we've talked about, Sarah.
Hey, you guys want to know?
But the chaotic energy, that's the yoga.
I never ground. Never do it. Never grounded.
I don't know. Centering, yes, I'm okay with centering, but grounding kind of, or if somebody else tries to ground me, that freaks me out. Like it'll make me go even more crazy. Like even more crazy.
I know why Sarah doesn't ground. Because she's not from this fucking universe, from this solar system, so she can't ground in this solar system.
No, I feel like I'm confined when I try. I have grounded before.
I feel the same way too.
When I'm grounded, I feel like I'm tethered to the earth. Like I can't do what I need to do, and I'm like stuck.
Does it make you feel heavy? My friend Lena, she's triple earth, and when she gets around me, her energy can ground me, and it will ground me to the point where it's like where I'm like I'm literally like it's like somebody stapling me down, like it just like
no. I
don't like it.
It feels like I'm shackled. And like I can't lift up, I can't do anything, and it makes me feel like I'm confined. Like I have like something all around me that is like keeping me in this little box, and I can't stand it.
Yep.
Now I can ground people, like people that have trouble grounding. I have no problem grounding them and helping them get to that feeling of grounding and being balanced. Now me, you say you like to be centered and like and less chaotic. I don't even like that. I like it all swirling around when I center all my energy, so it's all like uniform. It feels like I'm
No, I like to do that for certain occasions for certain reasons, but not all the time though. Not all the time. But whenever I'm dealing with other people or doing stuff, I like the chaotic. It's better. But the grounding though, Juan, the first time I met Juan, he tried grounding me, and it like literally made my energies freak out for real. Like imagine somebody thinking that they're drowning. That's what my energies did. Like just started freaking.
That's why I don't like it. It feels like I'm like being stuck in like a little genie bottle, and I can't get out. I don't like it at all.
No.
I don't like the
No, I've had people sneak up behind me and try to ground me, and it just freaks me out. Yeah, I'm with Sarah. I don't like it.
I'm really
unless it's necessary, like if I'm sick or something.
Yeah, I can ground myself and I can center myself, but I'm really lucky because I go for what you call cloud walks or space walks, and I'm just off. I'm like a little puppet, a puppet on a string when it just sort of goes up. That's me. That's me.
I'm like big. This is because she's only this big. That's why.
Oh my gosh.
She literally walked on the clouds because I can't feel her.
But yeah, so for me, grounding and all that, it just depends on the moment, depends what I need it for, depends if I really do need it. Like the other day, as you girls know, when something got really upset me about Facebook banning me, I literally had to go outside and lay on like the ground and just go, you know what? Can you just fucking center me right now because I'm so angry? And all I got back was get up. Are you stupid, Rebecca? Ground yourself.
Oh,
So yeah,
right.
it for me it takes something to really it takes me something like it has to really, really knock my force for me to be so angry. But in saying that, I can make myself so angry over the stupidest things. It really is silly sometimes.
Matt said I bet your vibration is higher than the Earth's, Sierra, just theorizing. Then he said humans vibrate at between 5 and 8 hertz. The Earth's vibration is at an average of 7.83 hertz. And then Miss Bennett showed up. Ooh,
Yes.
hi.
I know there's two of
Miss
us. Yeah,
Bennett.
you're seeing double.
Yeah, we're double. Mel's double trouble.
I'm always double trouble, double mayhem.
You're double something, all right.
Devil's in the details, and
The
yeah.
devil's in the details. He really is in the details. Which is why I'm surprised he lost that fiddle competition down in Georgia.
So we are going to talk about the new moon, and we're going to get ready to pull some cards. And I thought, we could pull cards to the new moon, like how the new moon energies are going to treat you, here for until our next transit of which will be the full moon in oh my god, full moon, and it should be full moon in Gemini, isn't it? Like, yeah, or not Gemini. Oh my god, not Sagittarius. Nope. Okay, you know what? But instead of guessing, when is the next moon transit? It should be a full moon.
Well, the next full
Yeah.
moon isn't until I think the 26th.
I can't pull out a calendar. I can't believe I haven't pulled out a calendar yet. Usually I have one for every year. We've got yes, I accept the freaking damn cookies, even though you never have any to give me.
I think somewhere I read that it was going to be a super moon.
Yeah, just want the calendar.
Mel's pulling out the calendar.
Yep, getting calendar.
Leona said it's in Sagittarius.
So the moon in May is the flower moon. It's the flower moon, and then the moon next June is the strawberry moon. That's not the calendar I wanted, dum dum. I wanted okay, you know what? Sometimes it just seriously.
All right, I'm just going to be driving for a little bit, so just don't mind me. I'll just put my cam on with my mic off, okay?
You're still driving?
Okay, drive. She's playing so far.
Here we go. So, full moon. Oh my god, it's so tiny. I can't read those letters.
I think it's on the 26th.
I think so too. The letters are so goddamn small on that. I need a magnifying glass to read it. That's September. The Hunter's Moon. October. We'll have the Hunter's Moon in October. Usually we have the Hunter's Moon. Well, that's that comes in January. Let's see here. May 26th. Yes, it's a super pink moon.
I told you it was a super pink moon.
Yep. You were right. And
I think it's probably Gemini.
And they're supposed to have some meteor showers too.
What is it in Gemini? Is it going to be in Gemini?
Let's see if I can find one that'll give me an actual layout. Here we go. Oh, god damn! I hit a little. No, thank you. I do not want to subscribe.
I think it's going to be a little indecisive.
At 7:14 a.m. and then the one after that we're having.
But what is it going to? Is it Gemini or what?
This one will not tell
well,
me.
You're going to go see the neurosurgeon. Hopefully things go well for you there, Miss Bennett. I'd butcher your first name.
What are you seeing the neurosurgeon for? Everybody got on that last nerve, didn't they? Poor Virgo. Everybody worked that last nerve. Oh, and your Pisces moon can handle your kids right. It's oh no. Yeah, but it should be Gemini, and after that we should have a new moon in Gemini.
See, I know a little astrology. I was going to say astrology.
The first moon was We should have a couple of supermoons.
The next supermoon, I think, is in September.
Yeah, usually September's moon is usually pretty mega. And yep, supermoon in April and supermoon in June. And then lunar. Oh yeah, we're coming into eclipse season as well. I forgot about that. Eclipse.
I like
So
it.
whatever the eclipses, because the eclipses is Sagittarius and Gemini right now. So anytime we have anytime that we have moons that have the nodes on them, which is the nodes right now are in Sagittarius and Gemini, those are the eclipses. Because the eclipses are also an astrological sign as well.
I have something going on with my nerves. I started in my thigh, but now it's everywhere on my left side. It's sharp cutting pain. Oh, I hate that. I have issues like that as well, Miss Bennett. They are excruciating at times.
Am I allowed to just mention some stuff here that I've just found out? Like, I really think I need to mention it. Well, I want to mention it, so I'm going to. Okay.
Hiccups.
Well, thanks for
A friend of
asking, then, Rebecca.
My mother-in-law has been diagnosed with throat cancer. Okay, so I've been doing some investigation on cancers, and I've now since found out that cancer is pH resistant. So I have found it's pH resistant. So if your body is at a constant pH, perfect pH level, you should not get any cancers. Now, my question is that we have to check for fish. We have to check our pools for pH levels. Why isn't it that we don't check our bodies every day for pH levels? That would cause
pH levels are
so
huge.
much. That's what I'm saying. Now, that would make a difference. Now, I found this thing. It's called Percy's powder, and it's made here in Australia. And what it is that you have it every day at the same time, and it makes your body alkaline. Well, a friend of mine's been doing it for a year, and he had bowel cancer. Well, bowel cancer is now gone.
That's why a lot of people drink alkaline water.
Yeah, I'll correct that. It's a full moon in Sagittarius with the south node. It's in a total eclipse on May. That cannot be right. What the hell is that?
Are you looking at the right year?
2021? It says 2021.
That's right, Matt.
And then it's the full moon in Sagittarius on the 26th, not Gemini, and it's a total eclipse. That's how come you knew, because it's in Sagittarius with the south node there.
Yeah.
The north node will be on the sun in Gemini, and then the north-south node will be on the moon and Sagittarius. So that's our first eclipse of the year. It's a totally on the there it is. So not Gemini, it's in Gemini's opposite. So okay, and as you were saying with the pH balance, now how does one check the pH? Do you know?
Wait.
Rebecca?
I think I confused it. We're in Gemini season. Crap.
Right, so that means the full moon would have to be in Sagittarius.
Yes, I read too much stuff, and the stuff gets jumbled in my head.
Also too, did you know that your body naturally is supposed to kill a cancer cell every day? And also high levels of vitamin C is also good for that.
Yeah,
and that actually cures a lot of different things.
The body attacks anything that is irregular in it, and cancer cells are your own body cells, but they grow at an irregular manner, which is what causes cancer.
I'm gonna let's see here.
Which they can be environmental. Some environmental things cause cancer, and they cause that by mutating your own body's cells, and then a collection of cells form together, and they're a cancerous cell because their DNA and RNA is modified by whatever substance or whatever is causing the cancer. That's why we have a lot more cancers today than we did years ago, because we have a lot more chemicals, we have a lot more pollution, we have a lot more just junk in the world in general. And that's why it's really, really healthy to eat an organic diet if possible, and eat very little processed food, as little processed food as possible, because there are genetic links between cancer and eating any type of genetically modified food or any type of food that is highly processed.
And Matt was saying that frequencies Find the frequencies, cancel vibration, and it is focus sound, video. I don't know. That's
Where is it at?
right there. You go.
Frequencies, find frequencies. The cancer vibration is and focus sound bots. And I can't read the rest of the comment. It trailed off.
Yeah, I can't either. Yeah,
I can't expand that comment, Matt. So what did you say after sound?
Yeah, there's frequencies that get rid of cancer, but you just have to find the right one for the right cancer. So because there's different cancers, there'd be different sounds.
We would be able to have a better way to treat it like that.
I know.
Rather than radiation.
That's because they don't make any money off it, Sarah.
Unfortunately, that is true. Bodies take care of nonsense invaders and anything out of the norm that is left to the immune system. That is right, Liana. That is exactly what I was trying to say. Sound can be used to kill the cancer. Yes, Rebecca. Yeah, sound can be used to do a lot of things, actually. A lot of people, when they find themselves, they can't sleep. Listening to different frequencies can help you sleep. Listening to different frequencies can help with a lot of different things.
I love heavy syncing. Heavy syncing is my favorite thing to do.
Well, that's what the Egyptians used. You used to go into a healing room and you put your head through the wall and they would do tuning forks and they would try and find a frequency that would heal you.
They really did. And they theorized that's why sound bowls were developed.
Yes,
as well.
boosting your immune system helps too.
I love talking about this. I'm glad that we can do this. I'm so glad that we can just talk about everything, and it's so nice.
Yeah, Tesla did do a lot of things like this. He was also real big on energy that was accessible and free for everybody.
Yep.
But that's all in the hush-hush files now.
Oh, of course it is. It's like the bloke, I've told you this before, the guy that made a car out of water, made it ran on pure seawater. Where's he? And where's the
vitamin D for the immune system? Vitamin D is really good for the immune system, but you need to make sure that you're getting other vitamins such as vitamin zinc and vitamin K. Because when you don't get vitamin, but when you don't get enough vitamin K and when you don't get enough zinc, your body can't absorb the vitamin D. You can get vitamin D from the sun, but it is. A lot of people take supplements of vitamin D, and that is not as good as getting it from the foods that we eat or from out in nature, because your body, a lot of the stuff that they have on the market is synthetic, and your body can't absorb that in a manner in which it can when it is not a substitute, when it is not genetically made.
Yep, absolutely right.
Yeah, magnesium is very important as well. Magnesium is particularly important when it comes to energy. If you are feeling very sluggish, sometimes it's because your magnesium levels are low.
A lot of times when Uranus, and this is actually when Uranus is in retrograde, it will sometimes affect people's nerves, because when the planets go retrograde, they are vibrating a lot closer to Earth, and sometimes that messes with people's personal frequency and vibration. So a lot of times people will take magnesium when Uranus is retrograding.
Right. I didn't know that.
Yes,
I did
Liana
not
pointed
know
out
that.
one thing very, very, very important. She said the vitamin D is oil based, and one can overdose. That is very true. So anything that we recommend here, you definitely want to run by your doctor first. We are not medical professionals. These are just our own personal opinions and what we have found helpful in our own personal life and practices. So if you choose to use any of our suggestions here, you do so at your own risk, not at ours. And it's always a good idea to speak with your healthcare provider before you add any supplement or any herbal method of treatment, and even sound, because sometimes different frequencies of sound, different medications, different herbs, even if they're sold over the counter, and even if they're legal, they can have what are called contradictions with some of the prescription medication that you take on a daily basis. And when I take herbal clients for myself, this is one thing that we go over. We go over a complete medical history to see what conditions the person was diagnosed with, what medications they're on, and to see if they have any contradictions. And I actually work with them and their healthcare provider. The healthcare provider should always be kept in the loop whenever you're trying something homeopathic or herbal.
Definitely. I was going to say that too. Your liver and your kidneys are quite important. So you have to really be aware of what you are ingesting into your body. This is where I tell people, you know, your body literally is the temple. What you put in it is what you produce. You know, your smell is because of your food. Your lethargic is because of your food. The way that you can react sometimes is over sugar. If you don't have enough, you're not feeling, you know, if you've had too much, you can snap. So food is, like Sarah said, food is so important to know what you are putting in your body. It is imperative that
Yeah.
you know.
And Rebecca was talking about the liver and the kidneys. Both of those are filtering organs. The liver filters out any toxins that you put in your body. So when you drink alcohol, people associate that with the liver, but it's not just alcohol. It's any drug that you put in your body. You put Tylenol in your body, and it is the toxins in Tylenol are filtered out through the liver. The toxins in any street drug that you would take are filtered out through the liver. Any other toxins that you get, such as heavy metal in your water, they're all filtered out through the liver first.
Food,
Then they
certain
go through the
foods.
kidneys, and the kidneys filter out your liquid waste. And anything that is left in the liquid waste gets filtered through the kidneys and is then filtered out of the body. That's why when people detox, they focus on detoxing the liver and they focus on detoxing the kidneys, and then you go to your extremities, which would detox your skin and your body, which would pull the stuff out of the pores in your skin. So that's why when people detox, they detox multiple systems at the same time. So you got to remember, our skin is our biggest organ. It is the one that is predominantly seen. It is the one that is on the outside, and many people don't realize that the skin is actually an organ.
Yeah, exactly. And if you pulled your skin off, it can wrap around the earth twice. Is that correct?
Yeah.
From end to end?
People have a lot of skin. We look at our skin and
Or
we
is that
see
your
like
intestine? I can't remember.
that's your intestines.
Your veins, veins
your
too wrap
skin would
around.
probably wrap around more because your skin is layers and layers. And what you see when you look at your thumb or your finger or anything like that, or your arm, you see like multiple layers of skin. Your skin is very, very, very thin, but there's a lot of layers on that skin. So together it makes up the entire organ. It's a lot of different cells on there. I'm just reading through these comments. Some of these are pretty long. Vitamin D, Liana says vitamin D is helpful, but actually is helpful for actual fighting viruses, but one can get enough vitamin D in 15 minutes of sunlight. That's actually really true. Vitamin D is very good at helping to fight viruses, but so are a lot of other things like antioxidants. Before we get sick in our family, I make elderberry syrup, and for the kids, I turn them into little gummies because, kids like eating gummies more than they like drinking like a little liquid shot or whatever. So in the cold and flu season, that's what we do because elderberries has a lot of vitamin D in it. It also has zinc and antioxidants, which boost your immunity. Matt says people don't get enough sun or vitamin D through their diet. 70% of Americans are deficient. I'm not, but I spend a lot of time out in the sun. Okay.
I'm deficient because I don't do outside, and I'm not a milk drinker either. But yeah, and it's actually very common people among
I don't drink milk
outside.
The common misconception.
Yeah, but you're in the sun a lot.
Yeah, I am. But vitamin D is added to milk. It is not in there naturally.
That's right.
So the vitamin D that you get there, I buy organic milk with no vitamin D. And the reason why is because vitamin D that is in milk is synthetic. It is not something that is naturally there. So I prefer to get vitamin D naturally. Vitamin D, there's in any like green leafy vegetable, kale, spinach, all of that has vitamin D in it. A lot of your root plants have vitamin D in it, although not as much as your leafy greens. A lot of them still have vitamin D in them. Some fruits have vitamin D. Most fruits have a little bit of vitamin D, but if we eat a healthy diet, we get enough vitamin D, and what we don't get from the things that we eat, we can get from the sun outside. Also vitamin K. Oh gosh. Oh, there was a really long comment and it just went away. Oh, there it is. It was Sarah. Sarah says, I am so proud and happy to be out here sharing this remarkable testimony. Awesome and elaborate. I just can't believe that now what the heck is this?
I have no idea. I thought no clue.
Sarah is really back.
Spammer.
Share,
Oh, that is a scammer.
puff pass. You should share with the class. No.
Yeah, that she needs to be banned, that Sarah chick. So people who live in the north are white, so they can absorb more vitamin D, and the darker skin in the southern regions. That makes sense. I don't know where they were originally because most of the populations have migrated from original origins, but logically that makes a little bit of sense. Most people won't get enough going outside. I think I do. I think I spend on average about 4 to 5 hours outside a day. It's actually not
I'm an indoor
outside.
cat.
I am not. I like to be inside, don't get me wrong, but I also like to be outside. I like to be outside more at night, but my job makes me be outside in the daytime.
If there's
So
no bugs, I don't mind being outside. If there's no bugs or
well,
no
we
heat
have
or no
we're
sunlight
in
shining.
horrible mosquito season. I like if I showed you my back, you would see nothing but mosquito bites. Oh my gosh, it's so awful. I hate it.
Yeah, they would eat me alive if I was down. Oh my
Eggs are
god.
high in vitamin D. They are. I have a plethora of eggs. Every day my lovely chickens give me at least 12 eggs. How many eats a healthy diet? I try to eat a very healthy diet, although I didn't eat very much today. I went out to eat with my husband and a friend of ours. So I ate like it's called slim chickens, but it's basically like fried chicken strips and French fries, and that's the only thing I had a chance to eat today. I didn't get to eat dinner yet. You also live close to the equator. Most don't. I do live kind of closest to the equator, but I didn't most of my life. Most of my life, I lived in Pennsylvania and Virginia and places like that. I've only lived here for about maybe 12 years. Okay. Does anybody want readings while we're here? I feel like I'm just talking to
I'm
myself.
back.
Welcome
Oh,
back.
there
I
she's
thought
back.
I was talking to myself.
Perfect
Now let
timing.
me supervise.
All right.
If we're
That
gonna
was
do
funny.
readings, we should probably do some.
Yeah. I'm home now.
Yay! Does anybody want a reading? Becca's finished playing chauffeur.
But I really do need to go to the loo, so I'll be right back.
To the loo.
I know you don't hear that over here in the States.
Very rarely.
I'll take one, but no rush. Okay, well, Matt, you're the only one that said anything, so you get readings first. And we're doing live tomorrow too, hopefully more on time at like 11-ish. But it was unplanned today, so. Are you ready to pull cards, Mel?
Yes, I am. I got my cards all around me.
Matt wants one on relationship. Let's see.
I kind of already knew that before he even said anything. Because I was actually, when I was doing a chart today, that popped into my head. I was like, oh, he's going to need some card pulls for relationship. I knew that.
A relationship. Oh my God, I'm an idiot. I shuffled my cards the wrong way, and now some of them are face up. I guess
hate when you do that.
I do that like all the freaking time. It's because I wasn't looking at what I was doing. So now I gotta fix them and then I can read. But I love this deck. Did you read with this deck yet, Mel?
I have not.
Shadow and Light. That's what I'm reading with. It's one of my favorite decks to read with, and I love the little keyhole on the back of it. Boop, boop, boop. I am fixing my cards so that I can pull cards for you, Matt.
Yep, I've got my cards ready to go.
Actually, fish and eggs are about it for vitamin D food sources.
Leanna, I wanted to ask you about iodine. I was given iodine as a supplement to put on my wrist, okay? But I've now since found out that you can actually overdose on iodine by having it too much absorbed through your body. So it's quite interesting. It can make you quite sick, too much iodine, which I didn't know. But iodine is very essential for women. It's essential for food. It's essential in your oil. I didn't realize how much iodine was really in our systems. Yeah.
Ooh, let's see here. And all right. So relationship reading. Matt, we're pulling cards for Matt, and then Annette, are you still up in the Raptors?
I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know if she's. I seen her earlier.
Let's see. I'm trying to find the right one that was. Oh, I'm trying to find the right
This
deck.
has vitamin D in it too, Liana.
See, here's my thing. I've got my Illuminati deck. I've got my Thought Tarot deck, and then I have my Santa Muerte deck and
so is here.
my Deviant Tarot. There she is.
Yeah,
I knew
I'll
that
show
was
you.
around.
Where's it? Liana, I'm just going to put this on screen so you can see. So it says here in the ingredients, because I got it off a naturopath. So it's iodine 5% and potassium iodide 10%. And that's what they gave it to me in a bottle. And I have to put it on my wrist every 3 days. Sorry, Sarah.
Oh, what are you sorry for?
Iodine's good for
Because
you.
I didn't realize you pulled a card. Who are we pulling for?
Matt.
Now, Matt, pick 1, 2, 3, or 4. Pick them between 1 and 4, and then we'll go from there. Sarah, go ahead.
I pulled a card for you regarding relationship. It's autumn is my last chance. This says pretty much you have to wait. Don't lose hope, if I can speak. You will find that relationship. You will get it, but it's not quite here yet. You got to wait. You got to cultivate it. You got to foster those relationships. You got to foster those connections before you can move on to the next level.
But you're on the right track.
As far as a romantic partnership goes. Card says autumn. I think that's probably the right time frame. But you have a little bit of work you need to do on yourself. You have a little bit of work you need to work through and come to terms with, and cultivate those relationships that you already have. Okay. Matt said 3.
3, the Illuminati.
Ooh. Okay, I got mine ready.
Double card, Capricorn. This is a card for Capricorn. And this is the Capricorn card is it's not just a card with money, but it's also about like with energy and also like the empowerment, self-empowerment, but it's like how to say work, a lot too. It's a card for work, do some work, energy work. Basically coming into that match, coming in because you want to be this guy in the chair with the chains around these, so you don't want to be one of these, so you want to be that person. But hold on, I'm gonna pull the other one here. It's with the deck, and then the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is keep initiating and keep connecting. Because swords are about communication as well as state of mind. But just keep moving forward, and also to this is a card like it's like keep connecting with people, keep talking with people. Somebody that kind of suits your fancy, get your charts, but keep doing it because you're gonna pick up a pattern, and then you're gonna start to know some little things here. And when it comes to the whole dating relationship thing, and you're gonna be so ahead of it at that time when it's ready that it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be perfect. It'll be just right. But you are on the right track and you are doing the right thing. What'd you get, Rebecca?
Okay.
What'd you get?
This is Nautis in the rune, which means keyword is necessity, time. Okay, so Matt, this card is saying that you need to do some study, that there are some teachings that you need to learn at this particular time. And one of those teaching is called discipline and waiting. So this pretty much is telling you patience.
Hey,
Okay.
do you think maybe it could be the books that he didn't read that he's supposed to be reading?
I think it could be.
Yeah, the difficult
Anyway, this
company mastery.
this rune card is telling you it's time to focus. It is time to get done what you want done. It is time to read the things that you're supposed to read, and it's time to learn patience. Everything all in good time. All right, but it is a necessity for you now to become the student that will then become the teacher. I've said this to you before. I don't know how many times we have to reiterate it in your readings. Okay,
So did I.
my
I've said this
beautiful
to you
friend.
before.
That's right. Oh, you got them. Okay.
No
Give me a
books
kiss.
though. But I had to show you. I was looking for
Oh, your card reminded me of something. I got to show you guys. Hold on.
Hey.
So I think you guys will like. There we go. Your card reminded me of this.
They're hiding.
Look.
So yes, Matt, you've just got to concentrate on you at the moment, because then the love life will fall into part. Look, like the sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives.
Do you see the screen, Rebecca?
It's beautiful. Do you sit it on something? Does it turn on something, or is it just handheld?
It just hit. Well, I keep it up here on my little thing up there. I use it for some spells sometimes.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Because it's a 60-minute
love
timer.
hourglasses.
So this is an hour long.
But I like time.
That is really, really cool. I used to have an hourglass in my when I was in year 5. She put an hourglass up, right, and you could go for reading time. Well, there was only ever 3 or 4 of us that really enjoyed reading. So what she'd do is she'd actually set us an hour and a half. So she'd let us go for half an hour and then turn it. So we sort of got the extra, but because we got the extra, we already had our work done. So when we got the worksheet about the book, she knew we'd blitz it. So I was really lucky. My teacher in year 5 introduced me to some really, really awesome stuff, and stuff that are antiques that are still used to today, which I think is wonderful. I really do.
Yeah, we use a lot of antique stuff.
I know, I love it, Sarah. I'm so jealous. I just want to come and visit, just have to get your stuff.
I have a lot of it.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we with the new moon sort of stuff, I've got some stuff too that I'll post up later about new moon ritual. That I'll put it on my group, Purple Nymph, and I'll put it on Sexual Revolution as well. And
I also shared a thing on Sarah. I did on Sarah's page, and I shared one into your group. It's the calendar for the new and full moons for the rest of the year.
Oh yay!
Yeah.
What sign, what degree they're in, and what day. Yep. Yes, old stuff is awesome.
Does anybody else want a reading?
I'm gonna pull cards for Miss Annette. That's why I was asking if she was around. Let's see
Yeah,
here.
she's up in the rafters.
And I'm shuffling my Steam Deck. They're kind of tiny, but
Yes, I'm here to do some readings. Anybody would like some readings? Come on, let's do some reading. I don't mind.
This one's calling me. So I'm so glad that I moved my card altar over.
Oh, so Liana, am I doing it right then? Because I only put 1 drop on my wrist, and I do that every 3 days, which is what was told to me by the naturopath. And I haven't found any overdosing on the iodine. So far, it seems to be going all right. I've only used like that much of the bottle anyway. So yeah, I was just worried more about overdosing on iodine. I just didn't want to overdo it, so I've kept it to 3 days, because I've heard that when you can overdose your body on iodine, and you do not feel very well at all.
Ooh. Is it colored iodine? Like, is it the brown?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's good to keep white iodine around too.
Yeah. Okay. I'll check that out as well. Like I said, I don't know much about the herb side, and I will get into that, and I will learn.
Just have it on stock in your cabinet, like how you would like bandages, or just to have it around.
Yep, cool.
Yeah, we keep iodine around too.
All right.
Moderation is best. Thanks, Liana. Beautiful girl.
So, Miss Annette, who is all you guys that have Sagittarian moons and Sagittarian suns, like Annette has a Sag moon, Liana, you have a Sag moon. That eclipse is in what? The eclipse is in Sagittarius, Gemini, the South Node
Gemini,
in
yeah.
Sagittarius. So that eclipse is going to be hitting right on your guys's right on your guys' moon, and those who have Gemini moons, the eclipse is going to be hitting on your moon as well. The next full moon is an eclipse. So all you Gemini sun, moon, risings, and Sag sun, moon, and risings, it's eclipse season. You guys are going to be the first ones hit with the wave.
Is it going to be good, but Mel? Is it going to be like a really good positive wave?
It's got Sagittarius in it. Sagittarius is the one zodiac sign that is backed by Jupiter, which is the great prolific of good luck and generosity. I mean, it has Sagittarius in it, so it has to have some.
That's good. Just say that. That's fine. It's got Sagittarius in it. It's good.
Yes, the forgiving, optimistic.
Sarah's smiling right
now. Matt, you have a Virgo moon. Gemini rising.
I have a Gemini.
You're gonna be hitting your first house. So you're Gemini rising. So you're gonna be feeling the eclipse in your first house.
Who's that one for, Sarah?
Annette.
We're pulling for Annette.
All right, Annette. Thank you.
Annette, what do you have going on? You need to do some cleaning out. You have with your magical space. You are not doing.
You've got some bats in the belfry.
you are not doing so good. You need to clean out those rafters and get back into your good headspace.
Yes, because she's so beautiful.
You are very struggling when it comes to the spiritual side of things. Almost like you don't know where to go next. There's people
She
that help
doesn't.
you.
Yeah.
Reach out.
She's got a beautiful aura. Her aura, Annette's aura is just like, I just want to sit in it. That's how beautiful her aura is.
Yes,
I'm like,
is.
you want to give me some?
Yep, the first time I ever met her, that was the first thing. Yeah, she's got beautiful, just, and it's so pure.
I know.
And honest, yeah.
So
yeah.
You need to reach out for help if you need it. You need to clear out some of that stuff that isn't suiting you well, and find a way to work past it and work through it.
I pulled the masculine and feminine. This is about realigning and getting that balance between the masculine and feminine, because you are a feminine, you are a woman in a masculine sign, and then you have a masculine moon, so it's like so you have those parts of you, so it's just basically getting realigned and also embracing in more energies that are more aligned to you. And but this is good. I mean, because when you are balancing in with that yin and yang, that masculine feminine, within your own energies, and as well, you want the energies around you clear it out, that just it opens up a lot of things. But I want to hold on, I'm gonna pull out some keywords, but yeah, I thought that was great. That's like, it's perfect for you. Let's see here. So it is passive aggression, creation, destruction, action, inaction, masculine, feminine. So time to evaluate and realign, embrace your energies that best suits your needs. Too much of one and not enough of the other. The masculine energy serves you. The feminine energy serves the masculine energy serves to protect. The feminine energy serves to nurture. And it says put aside your stereotypes. You don't have to worry about that. But yeah, it's about rebalancing. So yes, this is going to be great, because we also got that eclipse coming up on your moon. So this is actually a nice little ripening time for you. And so you got good things coming in, and which, you've been told. So yes, what'd you get, Rebecca?
Okay, I've got Hagalaz. Now, Hagalaz means hailstorm aggression, okay? But for me, it signifies things that came up unexpectedly. So some things have happened in your life that you didn't expect. So it's taken you on a different destiny or a different journey to what you think was going to happen. Let's just say something like the bathroom, it was an unexpected thing that's happened. So it's changed the dynamic of where you put your money and what you do with things. But it also suggests, Annette, that you are, when she was saying clearing out, this one suggests that you've got some karmic debt that you've now finished and now it's clearing out. That's what I'm getting from this. And it's going to unblock some of these gifts that you've been wondering about. See this beautiful tree, right? So as you've grown, right, you've become really, really tall. But now this is where you're going to become fat. You're going to get these beautiful branches and you're going to fatten out and be this beautiful tree that just sways around and can cop the wind. So this to me talks about you restarting, rebuilding, redoing. You found some new information, so now you're going to implement it to become this beautiful fat tree that's full of life. And I think one of the gifts you're going to start having, Annette, is that when you pick up an item, you're going to get energy. So you're going to pick up someone's item. Say you're going to pick up someone's vase at someone else's home. You're automatically going to get flashes and energy of what's going on in that person's life. So I think this is the gift that's coming to you, is that you're going to be one of these people that can pick up an item and you're going to be able to tell energy just purely from that item. So I really want you to concentrate on that and meditate on that maybe, or get into a nice zone and start picking up different items of your friends and noticing different things, you know, or even of a family member, because I really believe that this is the gift that's trying to come through, because this is really positive to me, because, you know, after the storm, there's always the rebuild. Yeah. So now that you've taken this destiny, has taken you on a little bit of a different path because something's happened. I think this is opening another door for you, Annette, and I really do believe you're going to be one of these people that touches things and can just know stuff. I don't know why that's coming through, but that's what I'm getting, honey. Mwah.
I think she's already there. I think she already has that gift.
Ah.
I think she's going to develop understanding.
Cool. Yes, no, yeah, like an understanding of what it is. Thank you. That's the word. Thank you, Sarah. Yes. That's cool. How did I pick that up? Shit.
I think it's very new for her, and I think she's struggling with it because she's kind of, you know, have that kind of almost like
you don't know what it is.
You don't believe it, so
that's
you
right.
Yep.
Yep. Because she's not sure what energy is it, hers or is it someone else's that's on the thing. So she's got to try.
This is when you're coming into that particular thing. That's always hard.
What did she say in the comments? Because I can't read the comments. Did she verify that? Am I?
No.
Well, she said, she's like, I share. She's like, thank you. And then Liana wants to know why you're taking iodine, and she uses kelp seaweed in her cooking. So she wants to know why you're doing iodine. That's what Liana wants to know.
Because the naturopath told me to take it to help with my menopause, because I'm premenopause and I'm too early to have menopause for my age.
Well, give me some menopause.
And
I don't want
I wake up. It's a killer because I literally, guys, it wakes me up to the point where I have to change my bed 3 times a night.
Oh, I don't want that. I just want the no monthly cycle thing. You can keep that. I just want the no monthly cycles.
Yeah, well, that's fun. I tell you, having no period's awesome.
You know, usually they think you follow your mother's footsteps, and my mom, you know, you can start you can start premenopausal symptoms and all that, like late 30s, early 40s, and go through it for like 20 fucking years. Oh my god.
Oh, I don't want to do that either. I just want just take away the cycle and I'm good. I'm done having babies.
No, Mel. This thing has got 2 years and it better fuck off. I've told my body. That's the deal. That's the deal. That's the deal. 25 years, no deal.
Oh, I have had that since I was little, so I was taught to look but don't touch. And that's got the gift of sight. She's got the gift of sight. She's got a unique gift of sight.
You need to be able to do that, though. Sometimes it's not bad. It's good to feel.
So we're telling you to go ahead and touch.
Touch it all. It's amazing.
Just go to the store, just touch everything.
It's chaotic sometimes, but it is definitely a fun gift to have. Does anybody else want any readings, or shall we jump off and be back tomorrow?
Oh, because
Yeah,
my
I'm
phone is at
jealous. I wish
5% from the charger thing. I need a cigarette. I need a smoky smoke.
I wish I
I
had
really
that.
do.
I wish I had that ability in it. I really do. I wish that I could just pick something up and see it, but mine's a bit of a process, you know. I can see stuff, but
That
I
is a
have to
really
sort
cool
of,
gift.
yeah, I have to hone in on it. So if, like, I can have like I said, my doors, they can all be there hovering, going, giving me a buzz, but I have to find the door. That's the thing. That's where I get sort of, I have to really, sometimes you'll see me silent, just looking or just concentrating. It's because I'm trying to see what door I'm allowed to go in or what door I should be going in. So yeah, I would love to have that ability and hone in on it. So
Yeah,
if
but sometimes
like
sometimes it's not fun. Sometimes you pick
yeah.
up on things you don't want to feel. You feel all the feely things and you're like, oh, I don't like this.
But that's where you train, don't you, Sarah? This is where she can come to you or
Yeah,
Mel or me,
it is
and we
because
can try and yeah,
I mean, for me and most people that I worked with, you have the ability to kind of like not necessarily turn it off, but kind of put it on mute so it's not so strong.
yeah,
So
might be amazing.
when you're at a place, and but then you always have those like little things. Like I always clear out lots of houses, and I can walk in the house and tell you if something's haunted. There isn't haunted objects at every house, but probably a couple times a year we find haunted objects just because we're around people that pass away frequently. Actually, the lady that passed away at the house that we were at last night, or yesterday, she was in the closet. Her ashes were. So I mean, we're around a lot of things that have passed away, a lot of energy. So there's a lot of things that are residual, just residual energy that's left over. Family pictures, whatever. They have a lot of emotion and stuff behind them. I have it. I think I left it in my car. I was going to show you guys a picture frame, but I left it in my car, and it's a picture frame of. Well, I'll show you this one instead of a family that I did some work for, and the energy is in the picture, and you can see it. But since I didn't bring that one in, I'll show you another one. Actually, I'll show you two of them. Let me see if I can get
I've
them up
been
here.
seeing energies lately too, like seeing in 3D real time. So that would be huge for me.
Here you go.
Oh, look at that. Oh my God. Wow.
This is a frame from
Wow.
this is what they call a bubble antique frame, and the picture that's in it is from the 1880s.
Wow.
And then I'll show you
Talk
another
about
one.
seeing energy.
It's another. I mean, you can see the energy on the woman's face and the man's face.
Yeah.
There's
Yep.
actually an energy in the
Yep.
background over here that you really
Background.
can't see
Yeah.
that much.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there's another one right over here. This one's from the 1920s.
Oh.
And this particular lady, she actually passed away in the house
Sad.
that I cleared out.
Sad.
She
Yeah,
was
sad.
very old, and she had dementia before she passed, and so did her husband. They had it together, and they lived in this beautiful 100,000 or $500,000. No, it was at Canyon Lake. She lived up in Canyon Lake, which is a very hot commodity to live at down here. And she lived in like $1 million house. I mean, it was a very, very nice house. Gorgeous. She had everything she wanted. She lived till her 90s, so she lived a very full life. But the picture, it's very happy, so I kept it. It was left up in the closet of the house, so I kept it and took it home.
She was young in that one, but
What was that?
she looked young in that picture.
Oh yeah, it was in the 1920s, so when she was growing up.
Right.
Actually,
Makes
it was probably in the 1930s.
30s.
But because she was born in the 1920s. But yeah, she was very old when she died.
Wow, what a life.
And I just find these little things, and they speak to me in some prolific way. So I just keep them. I mean, that picture frame that I just showed you, the second one I showed you is probably worth about $150. And the first one, the bubble antique frame, I sold just an antique frame with no picture in it. The picture makes it worth more money. I sold it for $50 this weekend, but it had a lot of damage to it. This one is in perfect condition and has no damage.
But I'm just glad, Sarah, to be honest with you, when you go in and you get some things and the things that you particularly pick to keep, I believe
Yeah.
are for a reason. I don't care what
Thank
anyone
you.
says to
I
me.
probably
When I see you pick those things and when I look at them, I go, you were meant to, because you will put them on
Yeah,
display.
I
You
got
just won't put them in the
I got the same
fucking
thing
box.
too. You're
my
supposed to.
Yeah.
husband tells
You're
me
supposed
to
to pick
keep
them
too
up.
many things. Like
I think it's beautiful.
I'll have to show you guys later the a picture frame that I got from this particular salad. It's just a little one, so it's not huge like these ones, but it's an antique picture frame from the 1940s, and it's got a little girl in it. The little girl died in childhood, so
Do you know what? That's the only reason I'd ever want to go back in time, right? It wouldn't even be to just be with people and talk to people. It would purely be to see what it was like to actually stand and watch people in their fashion, the way that they held themselves. I
Yeah,
just
that'd
want
be
to go in
cool.
time and I would love to go and just look at how they lived. I don't want to interfere. I just want to see. But did they have normal conversations like us? You
yes,
know, like
they did, but their
I love it.
conversations were different words. I mean, it's so funny because when I see these objects, like I see like moments of their lives. Like that's just how it's just how I see them when I know things about the objects. I just see them like it's like a little movie clip. So I do get to see a little portion of their life. And when you develop that gift, that's what happens. And the more developed it is, the more a little bit of a movie you get to see of the life. But this is I got this from the sale that we did this last weekend too.
A goblet. Nice.
Ooh, I love those.
Yeah,
Me
that was
too.
pretty good. And then I did about a year and a half ago, we did a house that was gorgeous, and it had a bell tower in it. The whole house had a bell tower. Outside, it had a bell tower with 3 bells in it. The guy had it custom built for his house, and like it actually his house used to be a church, and when the church was destroyed and he built his house on it, but he kept the bell tower and he had it completely redone with all the old stones and everything. So he kept that bell tower and it was still functional. Like I remember going there and I was pulling the bells because it was so fun. So we just were having fun playing with the bells. I was supposed to be working, but you know, you got to have a little bit of fun. But this is
Yeah,
one
that's
thing
right.
I kept from that house. And I don't know if you can see it on the video, but it's got all of this like decorative work like all over the bell.
It looks like a Tibetan bell.
It is from Tibet. The guy traveled and he was a musician. He played with a lot of the orchestras and he traveled all over the country, but he was with a local orchestra and he actually made it didn't used to be an orchestra. He actually founded it. One of the local ones, and it's called the Orchestra in the Park, and they do a lot of free concerts around Christmas time and all throughout the year. And one of the things that he did was he was really into the Buddhist religion and he was really into like Tibet. So he actually traveled there in his years, and this was one of the items that he picked up from there.
Oh, I love it. Have we got any more readings, my darlings?
If not, then we can jump off here and be back tomorrow. So we'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you everybody for joining us for like our surprise live. It's been a while, but it's good. Get us back in the groove of things.
Chat with y'all. It's so hard for me to do lives on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday because I work so many hours those days. So sometimes I'm working like 16 hours those days, and I'm like, I miss you all, but I'm so tired when I get home.
Yes, go have a sleep. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Like it was so wonderful. And make sure you get in and tell us what topics you'd like for the June podcast for Sexual Revolution, please. It is quite important, and we really do believe in what we are trying to do here. So the more input that we have of you, the more that we can have a broader understanding and then narrow it down to have those conversations.
Yes, and if you guys want any topics that don't have to do with the sexual revolution as well,
let us know.
Feel free to message us with them too, because we like to do topics to keep everybody happy. Maybe that's not your thing, but we like to accommodate everybody. We have a lot of knowledge.
Things, you know.
We don't mind looking up, and we don't mind reading. I love to do research. Like right now, I'm actually like really into like I will never practice it because it's not for me, but I like the history of a lot of different religions. So right now I'm doing the history of hoodoo again. I did it last year as well, but I felt the need to go back and redo it.
Good night, lovelies.
Good
Thank
night,
you so
guys.
much, everybody. Good night, guys. See
Bye,
ya.
Good night.
Alexa.
Good night, Annette. Good night, Liana. Good night,
Good night,
Matt.
everybody.
Good night, everyone.